So, Pac starts his prison sentence in Dannemora prison, which is a 4.5-hour trip for you. It's like damn near Canada.
Last sign I saw was Montreal, 55 miles. And I made a left, Dannemora.
So you make the trip to go see Pac in prison. And this is the first time you guys actually get to sit down by yourselves and talk, ever.
It's me and him.
For 6 hours.
Yeah, I got a little late, about 5. Actually.
5 hours.
Yeah, I got
play Monopoly.
I got a ticket. I was doing about 120 to get up to see my son. Karen called, same person. Said, Tupac wants you to come visit him. I'm still under the assumption that he didn't want to see me. Don't you understand? Even though we met in the hospital for that little while, even though we met over Jasmine Guy's house, I didn't know what his mother had told him. And then I found out when we talked.
So did he finally tell you everything at that point?
No, he asked me about it. First thing he did, tell me about my mother.
Huh.
First thing he said out of his mouth.
What'd you tell him?
I was stunned. I didn't know what to say. This is the woman that I looked up to. This is the woman who I thought was a strong revolutionary woman. And what do you want me to tell you? That she lied to you for 20 years? That you know about the crack. You know about the other stuff that she was doing in terms of relationships. So I couldn't really tell him everything that I felt at that time. Because this is the first time we're talking. And I don't think it's my duty to disparage your mother on my first trip to see you.
Right. He said Tupac asked the most devastating questions about Afeni.
Yeah, he did.
Like, what was the most devastating thing he actually asked?
Nah, it's kind of personal.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Fair enough. And, from what I understand also is like, you got Tupac in prison, and correctional officers and police officers are kind of part of the same fraternity.
Yes, they are.
And Pac was always anti-police, fuck the police, I hate the police, so forth and so forth. Even had songs about killing the police at one point.
And they knew it.
And they knew it.
They knew it.
But now you got this guy who is, by himself, and they're running the prison. I heard that they were doing a lot of unnecessary stuff. Like they would do cavity searches when it's unnecessary.
They would come by, bang on, when he'd be sleeping, bang on the cell door, tell him, we're going to get you tonight.
Yeah.
They would threaten him. They made it, your stay there, very uncomfortable. It's one thing to go to prison and do your time. Another thing to go to prison, have to look over your shoulder every minute of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what he had to do.
Right. The COs would say, oh, here goes a gangster rapper.
We're going to get him.
We're going to get him.
He told me that's what they kept saying. Matter of fact, I don't know if I should tell you. I stayed one night. I would go up. I stayed. Me and Afeni went up the same amount of time. He wanted me to come the same day, his birthday, with Afeni. I said, son, what can I talk to you in front of her? There's no way we can have a decent conversation after I found out she had lied. But we was in the hotel room. This before I called Sharpton. And, I kind of acted like I was a lawyer. And I heard my clients being threatened by the thing. But, I do the legal jargon, and we said things we had to say. And he said, I don't know what you said to him, Papa, but they were pretty easy on me that night. Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Right. Pac gets married to Keisha Morris around this time. But that was more for the conjugal visits and so forth?
Yeah, it wasn't no conjugal visits. They never made love.
Oh, really?
Never made love.
Oh, I assumed that was why.
That's why it was so easy to get the annulment. Got the annulment the minute he got out of jail. We would all go visit, but sometimes you get up there late. It's nice to know that you can get out the cell at 9 o'clock sharp. And the only way you can make sure that's to have someone up there to visit you. Now, the first day I went, she wasn't there. I don't know, this must have happened later. It was just me and him.